The 1970s were packed with legendary artists who dominated the charts. Zeppelin, Queen, Fleetwood Mac, Elton John. But the decade also gave us something just as unforgettable. The glorious, unpredictable phenomenon known as the one-hit wonder. Those magical musical lightning bolts that appeared out of nowhere, blasted across radio stations like confetti at a parade, and then vanished faster than your favorite childhood toy the minute you finally found it again. A one-hit wonder is like that one cousin who shows up at a family reunion, tells one great joke that brings down the entire room, and then never shows up again. But you still quote the joke for decades. That's what these songs are. Unforgettable, culturally embedded, and loved no matter how many years go by. So today, we're dropping the needle on the top 10 one-hit wonders of the 70s. 10 songs you absolutely remember, even if you couldn't pick the artist out of a Police lineup. Let's jump in. We start with a track so instantly recognizable, so spiritually electric, it makes you want to wear sunglasses indoors and contemplate the mysteries of the universe. That would be Norman Greenbaum's unforgettable smash, Spirit in the Sky. This song opens with a fuzz-soaked guitar that sounds like it could have been recorded inside a cosmic toaster. And I mean that as a compliment. It's gritty, groovy, otherworldly, and somehow deeply comforting all at once. The wild part: Norman Greenbaum wasn't a religious guy. He just thought gospel-flavored rock would sound cool. And he was right. Spirit in the Sky rocketed up the charts, became a cultural staple, and then Norman Greenbaum said, "Cool, I'm done," and never had another hit. Not for lack of trying, but let's be honest. When your first joke gets a standing ovation, it's hard to top. Today, his song is still used in movies, commercials, sports arenas, and pretty much every feel-good montage ever created. From spiritual fuzz rock, we move to a song that instantly transports you to a 1970s seaside bar with a jukebox that only half works and a bartender who tells the same story every night. Yes, it's time for Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass. This song is so smooth it should come with a warning label. May cause spontaneous, nostalgic sighing. It's the story of a woman who could have had love, but instead fell for a sailor who basically chose his boat over her. Classic 70s priorities. The vocals are warm, the melody is dreamy, and the chorus has been stuck in the human brain since 1972. Looking Glass hit #1, celebrated with a drink or two, and then quietly exited the charts forever. But Brandy lives on, especially after Guardians of the Galaxy revived it for an entirely new generation. Somewhere out there, a teenager is discovering this song right now and thinking, man, sailors were toxic. From smooth soft rock heartbreak, we move to a song that explodes out of the speakers like a disco ball with an attitude problem. Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Now look, this song is so iconic, you can sing the first 4 words, and someone in the room will immediately join in, whether they want to or not. Play That Funky Music, white boy, is practically a cultural event. It's bold, it's funky, it's slightly unhinged, it's everything the late 70s needed. The story goes that Wild Cherry was playing rock music at clubs, and audiences kept shouting for funk instead. So the band finally said, fine, you want funk? Here's funk, and boom, a #1 hit. After that, silence. They tried, but lightning doesn't strike twice when the lightning is attached to a bass line that funky. From funky chaos, we drift into a softer vibe, one that still causes involuntary eye rolls and fond smiles depending on who you ask. Yes, it's Afternoon Delight by the Starland Vocal Band. This song is so gentle and innocent sounding that it takes people a moment to notice it's actually about, well, afternoon adult activities. It's all in the name. But because the harmonies were so delicate and the production so marshmallow fluffy, it took years before some people realized what they were singing along to. Starland Vocal Band won a Grammy for Best New Artist, and within a few years, vanished from the charts. But their song became a pop culture legend, resurfacing in everything from Anchorman to family karaoke nights, where one person eventually says, "Oh my God, is that what this song is about?" From sensual harmonies, we jump to pure summer sunshine in a bottle. Time by Mungo Jerry. If happiness had a soundtrack, this song would be on it. It's got that jug band bounce, a rhythm that feels like someone slapped a smile onto a drum, and lyrics that basically say, life is short, the weather's warm, go have fun before winter crushes your soul again. Mungo Jerry hit big with this track, massive even, and then, well, the US kind of forgot about them. Meanwhile, in Europe, they remained big for years. And let's be honest, if you're going to be huge somewhere, Europe isn't a bad option. They'll dance to anything as long as it's catchy and comes with questionable fashion. But now we turn to a song that didn't just define the 70s, it karate chopped its way into global pop culture. That's right, Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas. This track came out during the height of martial arts mania. Bruce Lee was a superstar. Kung Fu movies were everywhere. Kids were kicking air in the backyard like they were auditioning for a fight scene. Carl Douglas leaned into the cultural moment so hard that he created one of the most infectious novelty hits of all time. The ha sound in the chorus, completely improvised. The disco beat, iconic. The lyrics, well, let's just say they are a product of their time. The song sold millions, and Carl Douglas became the king of novelty disco. And then, just like that, his chart presence flew away with a spinning roundhouse kick. From martial arts to musical magic, our next hit is the wonderfully odd and unforgettable Hooked on a Feeling, specifically the Ooga Chaka version by Blue Swede. Nothing, and I mean nothing, prepares you for that opening chant if you're hearing it for the first time. It hits you like someone accidentally started a Viking ritual in the middle of a pop song. But once the actual melody kicks in, you remember why this song is beloved. It's catchy, playful, and strangely uplifting. Blue Swede took an already popular song and turned it into something uniquely bizarre. And it worked. It hit number 1. Then the band disappeared like they were swallowed by a Swedish pop wormhole. Today, the song is best known for its comeback in Guardians of the Galaxy, proving that Ooga Chaka is timeless, confusing, and still somehow perfect. And now we arrive at a track so airy, so uplifting, it could single-handedly raise a houseplant back to life. That song is Magic by Pilot. Ho, 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 it's magic. You know, come on, you sang it. Everyone sings it. You can't not sing it. It's scientifically impossible. The song is bright, cheerful, and so optimistic it could cure a bad mood in under 30 seconds. But Pilot never managed to catch that spark again. Their follow-up singles fizzled, but Magic remains immortal. Fun side note, the vocals are so smooth that entire generations assumed the band was American. Nope, Scottish. Those harmonies probably warmed half of Glasgow. And now we've reached the final spot on our list. The glittering, shimmering, disco-drenched classic, Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. This song is pure 1979 energy, sparkling, stylish, and ready for a roller rink at any moment. Anita Ward was working as a school teacher before she became an overnight disco star. Ring My Bell hit number 1, made her instantly famous, and then disco died faster than a goldfish in a bathtub. Anita Ward never had another major hit, but this one was enough to cement her in musical history forever. As that hi-hat opens up and Anita's voice floats above the beat, you can practically feel the disco lights flashing and smell the polyester warming under the dance floor heat. It is peak late 70s perfection. And we wrap things up with a final hit, the song that arguably predicted the future better than anyone expected. Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. This track technically hit its peak at the end of the decade, but its impact was enormous. The Buggles crafted a pop anthem about technology changing the music industry. And then MTV proved them right by making this the very first music video ever aired on the channel. That's a mic drop moment if there ever was one. Trevor Horn and Jeff Downes were brilliant musicians. But after this massive hit, their chart presence faded away. Still, they earned a place in pop culture history with one perfectly predictive song. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 one-hit wonders of the 70s, a decade filled with unforgettable tracks that may have come from artists who never repeated their success, but absolutely left their mark on the soundtrack of our lives. Tell me in the comments which of these hits unlocked a memory you didn't know you still had. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep that turntable spinning. More nostalgia is on the way.